everybody doing? Life is good. Life is good, man. When you walk with God, you always have the last laugh. You always gonna have the last laugh. Doesn't matter what you've been through, what they put you through. By the time you know it, it'll all be over. Everything that you went through will be part of the past. Just a memory that you know where you came from. You know what you went through. You know what you ain't trying to go through again. That's part of growth. Learning from your mistakes. Learning from everything you've been through, man. Ain't no way you could say you had a good life. You had a great life if you continue doing the same thing all over again. Life is all about growth. Life is all about raising that vibration to a better place that's in you, not out of you. When you start thinking about outside of you, you start worrying about material things. You start losing control of your life. You start letting people make decisions for you when God already made that decision for you. See, when God made that decision for me, because at one point, before God made that decision for me, I was stuck. I was in a place that I know is not good for me. But I continue letting that lifestyle control me. So when that lifestyle was controlling me, those people behind it were putting things in place, so I would never see the truth. I would never know who I am. I would never be in control of my own life. To be honest, even at this point, I thought I had control of my life. I realized that I just decided to make the change. I don't have control of my life. God had control of my life. I give my life to God. That's why I'm always gonna be protected. I'm always gonna be who I am today. That's who I am, man. This ain't no act. This ain't no just front of this camera. I'm just speaking these things. This is the way of living. This is me. It's what you see, what you get. That's why nobody could persuade me to turn my back, to change my ways. It's not even my way, it's God's way. It's what God wants from me. It's what the things that come into my life, that's what God had for me. That's what God promised me. All I had to do was just give it up to Him. Let Him control. Let Him light up the way. Let Him. Just let Him. He all seeing. He all knowing. He all everything that is. Somebody think they could persuade me by flashing money in my face. Persuade me by offering me sex. See, I was a victim to that. I was a victim to these material things, to the flesh. I'm free. I'm no longer under control of the enemy. I'm no longer under these illusions. And I would never give up my gift. I would never stop doing this job that I'm doing for God. Who want to give this up? The power is in the tongue. What I say, God approve. Check. It's happening. What do you think all these things happen? What do you think everything's happening today? What do you think the enemy is so afraid? You know, people, enemies I did not even know. Even some of these artists I was idling back then was part of my enemy. They was doing causing all delusion, putting that money in. Now I see the truth. Now God gave me the power to speak life and truth. I ain't stopping here. I ain't giving up no time. And I ain't giving up at all. I'm taking everything to the day God called me. I'm sticking to the script that God wrote for me. And I only be faithful to the one God bring in my life, my soul tribes, the ones that's gonna help me build the legacy. At the same time, build their own legacy. That's how we're supposed to work with each other. We ain't supposed to be hating on each other. We ain't supposed to be going against competition with one another. We all have a life to live. We all have a different purpose. It just at one moment, we all of us gonna be crossing paths to the fact that that's how God created. Once you cross that path, what you gonna do? You gonna elevate, or you just gonna hate and lower your standard, lower your value, lower yourself to low vibration, or to the point that you lose control of who you are? You'll never lose control of who you are unless you have God with you. You'll never lose control or lose the vision that God put in your life, in your sight, just for materialistic things. Right now, people in my past, ex, whatever, I don't, man, I don't forgot about them. Most of the people in my past, so much they no longer exist in my world. I just forgot some of their name. It just I gotta think of them to even remember names. It's crazy, right? When God wants somebody out your life, God gonna take them out your life. I'm talking about memories. The only memories God gonna leave is the bad ones. What you went through, what they put you through. Through the fact that they will come back. They will be you trying to use witchcraft to blind you, to make you forget what they did. All these magic things is real. All this witchcraft is real. Like I said, ain't no. Like I said, all these real. You could use them. Same way I know how to use them, but I use my power for good, for God, for His legacy. For His legacy built off my legacy. Who wanna give up this type of life? Man, the hard time already over for me. God just lining up things for me to get where He want me to be at. And you think I'm gonna let a fool come through trying to persuade me with sex, money, just to give up what they already know, they already see what God had for me. And that's what they hate. That's why they working double time, triple, quadruple time to make sure that I don't show the world what God could do. It's an honor to be the subject that God used to show y'all the world, to show the world that He's here for y'all. All you gotta do is believe. All you gotta do is open your eyes and have faith in that, knowing that He got the perfect plan for you. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to go through that fire? Are you willing to come out to fight the good war? War. I don't know why I use that word, but the war is over with. The only war that we need to fight is our mind. The biggest war already won. God already took that thanks to us. Those that's awakened, those that believe in, those that's reaching out to God, to the Spirit, using the energy to expose and do the right thing. See, that's why God work with us. That's why God is in us. Because we the power, we the energy God needed to even have hope, to even have the chance to to see that life ain't over. We're gonna win this. We're gonna get control of our life. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna live for God. Nobody got no power or say so but God in your life. Just listen to yourself. Listen to that inner voice. Listen to it. It'll guide you to a spot. Feel your emotion, your gut feelings. It will guide you to the safest place, all the way to the promised land. God is always with us. So never give up. No matter what the offer the enemy trying to offer you, try to make you go against the one that creates you. Only God could create. The devil cannot create nothing. The devil only use what God created to go against our Creator. What do you think they scatter around and have these little entities out here looking for talents, looking for God chosen ones, looking for the light that's in you, so they could use it. All these artists they had to get all these involved with these wicked things they do and all these parties, orgies, and stuff like that. They choose to. The devil cannot force you to do what the devil wants you to do. You have a free will. You have a choice. And if you end up in this position with these low entities, that was your choice. That's why they could do whatever they want with you, because you choose to let them take over your light. You choose to let them take over the gift God gave you so they could use it on their own manners, their own ways. I understand. The power always been in you. God always been in you. You just gotta realize it and believe it. Once you feel it and see it, embrace it, cherish it, and listen to it. That's the only way to the promised land. It's the only way you're gonna get where you need to be at. It's the only way you're gonna be happy. None of these artists is happy. Look at all these things, all the God-given gift they had, they let the enemy use it by material lust and just chasing the flesh. By the time they realize how they messed up, it's too late. That's why they want you to think it's too late. It's never be too late. It never be too late to get out. You just gotta live in your truth. You just gotta live in that moment God gave you. When God tell you it's time to speak, it's time for you to speak. Forget what the world think. The world gonna respect you by speaking your truth. Look at me. I done spilled everything I went through. Everything I done did. I'm still here breathing. God uses me for a bigger purpose in life, and I asked for this. I asked for this life. I asked to go through it all over again so I could do it right. That's all we here for, to do it right this time. Don't get blind, you've been through this already. That's the reason you have deja vus. It's the reason you get the dreams. Dreams that something that a life that you never lived, but that's what they want you to think, that you never lived. You already lived it. You won't even dream about it if you never lived it. If you don't never know about it, God didn't give you the image, you'll never dream. Believe in yourself. Don't sell yourself short. Always know you have the power. Always know you got free will. We don't have to live like this. We don't have to be suffering like this. Only God can make that decision for you. Only God can bring you the true love that you need. The true spouse. The true everything. truly love. God know what you want. God know what's best for you. Not your government, not your church, not your pastors, not even your parents. To the fact that if you listen to the flesh, the outside of you, you'll miss out in life. And I mean by not your pastor, your parents, I mean by who God wants you to be with. Some people, God put something so beautiful together. Some people submit to their pastors, their parents, and their parents tell them no. That's not who they want you to be with. Their pastors say no, they submit to their pastors and lose the best thing in their life. Lose the one that God sent into their life to help because of the fact that they listen to everybody else but God. It's a reason for everything. God bring people into your life to help you, to teach you a lesson. Only God could bring that person in your life that's gonna last forever. That forever love. That divine love. You're always gonna be a spirit that you always been with. You always knew, even though y'all don't know each other, but the spirit, the soul, knew who you meant to be with. Understand, you hold the power, you hold the choice. It's up to you. It's up to you to figure out, to make that decision, which route are you taking. And the only way to live a happy life is that route. That route. No other route. All the enemies, everybody that took the other route, they decide to stay in that route, so they don't want to lose everything. They don't want to lose the material thing. They don't feel like God gonna replace it. They got something coming. All of them gonna be exposed. That's the life I live. When I speak, it happen. That's the power of God. That's why I love when God take over my vessel and just use it as He will. Truly connected with divine. Not everybody in the world could say that. Not everybody in the world that could say that God is using them. Because they never did the work. They're in it for material. I'm not in it for material. I'm in it for the happiness, the love, the glory of God. And God gonna provide everything for me. Why would I give that up? Why would I let some chunk change make me give that up? Doesn't matter what the enemy could do. The enemy could trick me, sign an application. I'm still gonna be me. They can't stop it. They can't do nothing. How can I be tricked? How can I be convinced when God is always with me? God the only voice I listen to. And I think you should do the same. We all should do the same. Because we all have a purpose. We all have a mission. We all connected to God. You just gotta see it, realize it, and cherish it. Embrace it for it to come into life. We all magical. We all Rolex. We all witches. We all everything that is. But are you gonna serve God with the power? Are you gonna call into God? Because that's the only way will be you able to activate that power. It's not about witchcraft. All that is not about good or bad. Everything is a purpose. It's all about what you do with it. Remember that. You have the choice. You have the free will. God love you. I love you too. Last King.